They say the cold in Minnesota becomes something different after midnight, something alive, something old, something that breathes between the trees when the temperature sinks past -20. And on nights like that, when the sky turns white with frozen fog, people claim you can hear children laughing somewhere deep in the woods, too far to see, yet too close to ignore. Most call it a legend, a warning, a piece of northern folklore meant to keep hikers and hunters from wandering alone. But I know the truth because I followed the sound once. I was 17, stubborn, and convinced the stories were made up by bored locals who needed something to blame their winter disappearances on. So when the cold snap hit, when the town alerts warned everyone to stay inside, when the frost crept up the windows like white vines, I went out anyway. The moment I stepped off the road and into the tree line, something felt wrong, like my heartbeat didn't belong inside my own chest. The cold wasn't just cold, it pressed against me, thick and expectant, as if the forest itself were holding its breath. Then I heard it. Children laughing. Not giggling like siblings playing in the snow, not joyful, light, but hollow, like voices trying to remember what real laughter was supposed to sound like. I told myself it had to be wind scraping the branches. I told myself no one else could possibly be out there, but the laughter drifted again, closer this time. My legs moved on their own, following the sound through the frozen fog, deeper into the trees. The air grew colder with every step, biting deeper into my skin until it felt like someone was dragging icy fingers down my spine. And then the fog shifted. They appeared. Shapes at first, small pale outlines in the mist, scattered between the trunks like shadows that hadn't decided if they wanted to exist. As the fog thinned, I saw them clearly. Children, no older than 8 or 9, standing motionless in the snow, their arms hanging at their sides, their skin almost glowing with the frost that coated them. Their eyes were the worst part. Empty, not white, not black, just hollow, like something had scooped out whatever used to be inside. One of them tilted its head at me, slowly, as if listening not to my footsteps, but to my thoughts. Another smiled, too wide, too wrong, like its face was trying to mimic a human expression it didn't fully understand. The laughter stopped all at once. Silence, heavy, suffocating silence. And then a girl stepped forward, her frozen hair drifting as though underwater, her empty eyes fixed directly on mine. She whispered, barely moving her lips, "Are you cold?" My mouth moved, but no sound came out. It felt like the cold had reached inside me, squeezing my lungs, draining the heat from every vein. Another child stepped forward, then another. Their small feet didn't break the snow, didn't sink. They glided, like the ground wasn't real for them anymore. They circled me slowly, their hollow eyes reflecting nothing, their faces pulling into strange imitations of innocence, as if they'd forgotten how real children behave. The girl spoke again, closer this time. "We get lonely." I wanted to run, but my legs felt numb, locked in place by the cold sinking deeper into me, wrapping around my bones like something alive. Another voice whispered behind me, so close my breath hitched. "Stay with us." Their hands reached out, small, pale, almost gentle, and the cold radiating from them felt like knives. It wasn't the cold of winter, it was the cold of something that had never been alive but desperately wanted to be. My vision blurred, my heart felt slow, heavy, my thoughts sluggish, fading like they were being pulled into the winter itself. But a sudden gust of wind broke through the fog, scattering the shapes, pulling the frozen mist away just long enough for my body to move again. I ran harder than I'd ever run in my life, not looking back, not listening, not thinking, only moving, forcing my legs through the numbness until the trees thinned and the road emerged through the frost. Quiet, shaken. When I finally collapsed near the streetlights, the warmth of the town felt like waking from a nightmare I wasn't sure had truly ended. No one believed me, of course. They never do. But sometimes, late at night, when the temperature drops past -20 and the frost climbs the windows again, I lie awake and hear the faint echo of children laughing far beyond the houses. And every time, it sounds a little closer than before.